What's up, y'all? It's your boy Platinum.
Welcome to 2022 Flight School TV, and I'm here with one of the originators in the city, man. One of the finest designers in Chicagoland area, maybe even across the country. I'm gonna push it to the world in a minute, because you fucking shit up with that new collection, Platinum. You going crazy.
Appreciate
but as
you,
I
man.
just said, man, today's guest is my boy Platinum, man. I appreciate you, big dog.
Appreciate you having me, my guy.
So, you know, RIP to Virgil, man, another legend from the Chicagoland area. And so what's your thoughts about his impact on first Chicago, then the culture overall as far as fashion and sneakers?
Well, obviously, see, I got a pair of his sneakers on right now.
Facts.
So Virgil has definitely been a core value, not only to myself, but to the entire fashion industry. I've been inspired by all the wonderful things that he's done, that he's created. Just his work in general has just been like a blessing to life, you know? I think the door that he's opened up for our people, you know, and letting the world see like, yeah, we are talented in all areas in life. And for him to conquer, you know, the fashion industry the way that he did, and had impacted so many people's career from a creative standpoint, from, you know, a Kanye or Uzi or, you know, all the great people that he worked with and collabed with. I mean, his loss was shattering to myself personally, just because it was really close to heart what he had experienced, or, you know, what he had passed away from, because you know, I went through the similar things myself, and you know, I thank God every day that I'm still here going through what I've been through, and to see him go through a similar situation and not make it, you know, it makes me look in the mirror and just be so thankful, even more so for that God spared my life, you know, and he's just been like overall inspiration to myself, to the fashion industry, to, you know, the black people, and losing him, you know, was tough.
Yeah.
And it was just like kind of all of a sudden, because none of us kind of knew what was going on. And it's interesting because as I've been watching him, you know, lately in his last couple of months and years, like I noticed it changed, and I knew, looking at him, that looked so familiar to me, because the same exact symptoms, the same exact things that he went through physically, I went through myself. And you know, I always pray to God that no one ever has to go through what I've been through, and to see another man go through that, you know, it's heartbreaking. And yeah, it was a loss, man.
Yeah, it was super shocking too, because I don't even know if people even close to him really knew what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, because it seemed like it shocked the whole world, like, and I didn't see any signs of him letting on, like, hey, I'm going through this or anything. Kind of caught everybody by surprise. But like on a more upbeat note, like, what's your favorite off-white piece? It can be a collaboration, a specific shoe. Like, if you just have to single it down, like, man, you know what? I couldn't live without this piece.
These shoes I have on right now.
Those, fire.
These are my favorite off-white, you know, anything that he's ever done. Like, I think when these got shoe of the year a couple of years ago, I was telling everyone, I'm like, this is gonna be the shoe of the year. And everyone was like, no, you got this, that. I was like, no, like, y'all just don't get it. Like, what this shoe represents, the materials, the thought process behind it, the design aspect from it. Like, you know, to take the silhouette, and I'm not, Jordan 5s aren't even necessarily my favorite Jordans, but it was just something about this particular shoe, and I've ran through at least like 4 pairs of these because I wear them so much, and I just keep having to get a fresh one because these are my favorite of all things that he's ever touched.
Hey, but we talking about designs, the architecture that he put into his joints, but like you next in line, bro. I can't even lie. Like people know, like my credibility with Flight School TV, and I'm gonna give you your flowers, bro, because it's all out of honesty, nothing else. But like I travel the country, and I interview brands, and there's certain ones that stick out that always stick out in my eye, and like you've been one of the people, especially in Chicago, that's more innovative. In the city where we more so known for t-shirt game, you kind of push the envelope like, nah, we're gonna do these jogging suits, we're gonna do these, not just sweats, you doing actual designs like your sweater right there. Yeah. Like I got your sweats on, you know, and side note, my first ever collaboration was through Platinum. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely gotta give him his flowers on that, man. I definitely appreciate you on that. But like, you really one of my favorite designers out the city, and it's not just because, and it's mainly because you're not just designing shirts. You design the entire collection that somebody, no matter what season they in, you got some on that rack over there for them. So when I come into your store, even though I see Supreme, I see the Bait, I see Off-White, I see Louis, hey, I'm going straight to that Iridium rack.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I'm shopping off that first and foremost.
Yes, sir.
Then let's see what accent pieces I can add to this. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to give you your flowers, bro, because you're one of the most creative people in the city.
Thank you.
And your new location is beautiful.
Thank you so much.
So what's been the inspiration between, like, I know your name came from the raw minerals. So when I look at the store, it kind of fits your aesthetic. You know, the rawness and getting right back to, you know, the basic metals. And so I'm loving everything that you're doing. What's inspiring this? The new collection, the new store, the new vibe. What's this?
It's just, I think the overall growth in life, you know, like you want to keep building, you want to keep achieving, you want to keep growing. And I think, you know, every store that we've had has been a different vibe, has been a different story. And I think it kind of resembles where we're at in the brand, and also continuously where we strive to be, you know, because like, I mean, this space is a monster.
I love it.
And I don't even know, just, you know, thinking about where to go next, you know, is hard, and it's a good place to be because I enjoy what we've been able to achieve from creating this space, and you know, the brand itself is just always evolving. You know, we're always trying to introduce brand new products. Rishi, can you go get the colorful bags, please? So both of them, because I want to show those. But we're just expanding our catalog. You know, I think every year that's been like a goal for me with the brand, to introduce a new product. You know, there's just so many things that you can do, so many things, to designs in areas that you can touch, and you know, now we're jumping to a whole new realm of designs and products that we want to introduce in a new line. You know, and I always try to push myself. You know, I always try to take my ideas and my thoughts, you know, further than I've ever been before. You know, I love the challenge of experimenting in a new medium that I've never been in, and that drives me, that keeps me going, that pushes me, and that helps me continuously take, you know, the Iridium brand to a new level, and that's the goal, you know. Yeah,
I definitely see the progress, man, and I love it. You know, I love seeing black entrepreneurs continue to excel, because a lot of our brands, you know, we're running for a few years, we might lose momentum and give up, but I know you experience your own battles, and we're gonna talk about the health and stuff like that, but I know for a fact, because I've been rocking with you for a while, that you experience battles. One thing I'm curious about is, there go bro with the bags. Yeah, let's check them out, man. See, this innovation right here.
Yeah,
I
these
love
are.
that. That's fire.
This is the first time these has ever been on camera too. I haven't even posted any of these
Man, you
yet.
gonna kill them, bro.
Yeah.
You gonna kill them with them. I love the materials. I love the structure. It feel firm. I'm gonna have to get one for my wife, man.
Got to.
I'm gonna have to get one for sure, man. Those are fire, bro.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Put this joint here.
For sure. So
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, so this is sort of like me jumping a whole new world. You know, I've never done women's bags before, and I wanted to challenge myself. You know, I wanted to kind of do something that people are already familiar with. Kind of what I got from Virgil, you know, where he said, like, you know, you're not really trying to create or invent a new wheel. You're just trying to make things that are already created better.
Right.
And so ultimately, that's what we wanted to do with this bag. You know, we just wanted to add our spin to it, add our flavor to it. And I'm really excited about this product. I'm really excited about this new adventure, jumping into women's shopping bags, and you know, I'm really happy what we've been able to create. You know,
like me personally, and anybody else out there with spouses, y'all know, like when it's time to surprise your girl on Valentine's Day, birthday day, or you just fucked up. Maybe you just fucked up and need to clean yourself up. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with this, because I might grab my girl and set this on ice for a minute and just surprise them when the time right, because they look like timeless pieces.
Yeah.
They still gonna be fresh whenever you drop them, 6 months from now, whenever.
These are dropping next month.
Yeah, them hard. I'm signing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm signing up.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know, like, how did you manage your time through COVID? From when it first hit to the point where we are right now. Like, how did you manage your time? How did you approach your business? And then even now with the mask mandates off and on, you know, COVID vaccination cards, like, tell me from start to finish, the COVID impact for you personally.
So COVID was a very weird, interesting dynamic in my life, the timing of it, because like, I think I had experienced, you know, my health situation, and that knocked me out of the game for like a year. And I did surgery, went through all the necessary steps to get back healthy. And I think January was like, I had my surgery in December. January, I started feeling better. February, I went to Florida to rehabilitate, and I was down there for about 2 or 3 weeks. And when I came back, I was rejuvenated. I was ready, took a whole entire year out of the game. I was ready to jump back into it and get busy. And then COVID, you know, and I'm just like, I was basically bedridden for, you know, a year, and I was just like devastated. I'm like, wow, like what's, you know, and then I'm also thinking to myself, like, man, I just just had the most insane fight of my life to stay alive. And, you know, I can't let this beat me.
Right.
You know, so then it's like, okay, you got to protect yourself. No one really knows what's going on. You got to stay home. You're shut down. Everything's shut down. You got to stay inside. Can't do anything. You know, wear a mask 24/7. And it was a scary time, you know. And so, you know, I did the necessary things to protect myself and my family. And, you know, like we did what everyone else did, which is staying indoors. And, but, you know, my natural instincts of hustling and wanting to provide and you know, and just do something kicked in. Like, I'm not a type of individual who could just sit down and chill at the crib all day, or
Right.
I'm even uncomfortable going on vacation.
Yeah.
You know, like if my vacations it's sad, but if my vacations don't have some sort of work element to it, it doesn't even feel right. So just to be home, not doing anything was tough. And to have that even extended beyond my will. Now I was physically able to do it, but I couldn't because of the environment. And so like, I think maybe a month or two doing absolutely nothing kind of drove me nuts. and everyone's on their social media platforms, so trying to see what's going on, and I used that time, I guess, to strengthen up my mental state, because I think my physical state was out for a while, but mentally I was still broken, and mentally I was still like not as strong as I was, and I devoted myself to God. I devoted myself to my readings, to the Bible. I devoted myself to my family. I devoted myself to my craft, just learning more that I could, and taking all the things that I didn't do when I was able to do it, just even just spending time with family, I mean, like, that was like amazing. I mean, like, I all these things that we take for granted because we're always just so this and that, I was able,
always a constant movement going on.
I was able to reconnect with my family, my entire family, on a whole nother level. Like, even my family back in the Bahamas, like, we all reconnected. So I think overall, for me personally, that experience was a blessing in disguise, and no disrespect, no negativity towards people who did experience some tremendous losses in their life, and suffering and pain from losing family members, and my heart goes out to them. But for me personally, and I mean, I experienced death in family as well, and I experienced, people getting sick and near death as well. But I think, generally speaking in life, like, I take the good with the bad on the same stride, because I learn so much from the bad that helps the good get better.
Right.
And, even in regards to, like, working, like, I still was trying to figure out how to way to provide for my family and to, put food on the table. I'm a hustler, so I figured out a way how to hustle, so I was posting clothes on social media, like, we were open, and people were still contacting us to shop. So I went back to my original DNA, which was selling clothes out of the backseat of my trunk.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I started.
Right.
And that COVID took me back there, and that even made me me want to hustle harder, because it took me back to the essence of where it all started for me. So we were meeting up in parking lots, we were meeting up in driveways, people were pulling up to the crib, and it just felt so organic and felt so natural to me, because that's where I started from. Yeah. And I mean, like, we survived. Like, we were selling gear, we was, and I thank God for it every day, because I know it's a blessing, and for us just having that ability to provide, services to people, even in those times when it seemed like it was not.
I know you, hey, look, I know you can't tell me no different. I know Iridium was booming with the PPP loans.
So
I know everybody took their PPPs and came straight to Iridium.
So, that in itself, was, I mean, life-changing, and I mean, like, I'm a person, I don't necessarily believe in luck. I believe in creating your own luck. And I know that we had ourselves in the right position for us to win. And we put a lot of hard work, a lot of time, a lot of dedication into that, to making sure that we had all the necessary things that people needed at the time when things were, booming and going insane, And that whole situation, that took us from 0 to 1 million, and I remember when it first hit, we had like a line outside, and I was like, this is different. Like, what's going on?
Well, they was here to buy stuff before.
Yeah, people were just like, I mean, people were lined up, and I was like, what's going on? Like, what changed? And I keep my ears in the streets, and I just started hearing, and I think the moment where it hit for me was when I think a young lady, she was probably like 12, 13, 14, shopping with her dad, and they were just picking out stuff, and I remember her dad telling her, like, yeah, you could pay for these things. And I'm like, wait, how is she gonna pay for this? She's like 12, 13 years old. And her dad was like, no, you got it. And then she was like, okay, cool, how much is this gonna be? And then she just cashed out. And I was like, wait, what's going on? And her dad followed up and cashed out as well. And I'm just like, man, something is different. Something is in the air, and I thank God that we were in the right position to experience that blessing of the PPE.
Yeah, because
the loans and the stuff.
Right, because honestly, if you wasn't ready up until that point, you might have missed your blessing.
And I know a lot of people that I know a lot of people, like when me and like some people talk today and we talk about that time, I always tell people, like, I'm like, yo, if you didn't make it during that time, you was never in the game. You were never in the game. So yeah, a lot of people missed out.
Have you seen the Kanye documentary?
Yes.
So from what you've seen so far in the Kanye documentary, what you think about it?
I mean, it just kind of solidifies everything that I thought about Kanye prior to watching that. The man is a genius. Like, I'm just like, I'm in awe of 90% of the things that he do. Especially, I'm in awe of everything that he does from a creative standpoint. Like, Kanye is a creative genius. Like, I watch these documentaries, and I'm just like, I'm in awe, and I'm just like, I'm so empowered by his drive, his passion for believing in himself and believing in his art, and getting everyone to see what he already knew that he had. Yeah. He already knew that God had blessed him with these talents, but just getting everyone else to see it and fighting for that and believing in that. And I mean, I went through that as a creative myself. Like, I mean, there were a lot of times throughout my creative career where people doubted me.
You're not Chicago enough.
Yeah, people doubted me. People didn't believe in what I was doing, but I kept believing in myself, and that's something that I always tell people who come to me and ask me for advice. I always tell them, like, yo, you have to be your number one fan. You have to believe in yourself more than anyone else. You can't allow other people to validate your greatness. You have to have that within. You have to know that I am great. I can accomplish anything that I put my beautiful mind to because God has blessed me with this ability. It's just, it just takes other time for people to see it. Yeah. But they gonna see it. And I mean, like, bro, it's just like, Kanye is like, I just came back from Miami. I went to the Donda 2. Right. And I mean, completely blown away. I mean, I'm just like, bro, like, how do you, I'm just to see his growth, to see the path that he had to go through, to see that the struggle he had to go through. I mean, the story is just like amazing.
It helped me understand him a lot because sometimes I look and be like, damn, why Kanye so petty? But then you watch the documentary and be like, all these people were shitting on him the whole time.
I know, the whole time.
Like playing him like
the whole time.
Hey, I don't want to hear you rap. Where your beats?
I know.
Hey, am I gonna get a free beat? If I'm not getting a free beat, going for it. It's just like, bro, y'all talking to Kanye, who ended up becoming a legend.
I mean, The Rock played him so hard.
Man, that was the most glaring thing that I've seen. So now I understand his relationship more. Now I can understand his relationship more with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Because it's like they throw shots at each other.
Yeah.
But I can see Kanye's perspective on it now.
Yeah.
He like, you was sunning me for a long time. So now when he did the Drink Champs, he was like, I had to tell everybody, shut up. I'm the richest person on this phone call when he did the Drink Champs. Now I'm like, I understand why he flexing like that on them. Because he like, man, on my come up, y'all was trying to keep me here. And through all that, I still made it. So now that I'm here, I want to send a couple of those shots, which is petty. Yeah. But I understand it more.
Yeah.
So from that aspect, I love the documentary, and just seeing him being so happy to be from Chicago is amazing to me also.
Yeah.
But the fact that
recording this angle, yeah.
The fact that you brought up you know, your some similarities with your come up and Kanye's is kind of where I want to take it next. And this is not to say you Kanye or you might not want to be Kanye, you know what I'm saying? But this is basically from my perspective, looking at your situation and understanding, because we talked years ago too. It's like, this is not our first time. But me understanding your story, I can see your recent health scare being your through the wire moment.
Yeah.
You know, when Kanye almost lost his ability to speak, he was in an accident. You almost, you know, you had your situation, and it was scary for me as a viewer. You know, I even sent you a message like, bro, I'm here for you, anything you need. If you need me to pull up and film for you, or whatever, you want to document the experience, whatever you want to do, no charge, I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
You know, that was my way of just letting you know, like, I'm here for you, bro, if you need me, you know what I'm saying, for anything. But like, I look at you and your path and your trajectory, and I'm like, man, that could easily, 10 years from now, you can easily look back and be like, you know, that was my through the wire moment.
Yeah.
Because after that happened, you took it to new heights. You was already on your business. With your fashion shows was unique, one of the top fashion shows in the city. So you was already trendsetting in that way. But to see your rise, especially after your moment, it's just a beautiful thing to see. And you might not realize it because you're still in the hustle, you're still in the thick. But the outside viewer like me, I'm like, damn, go platinum, go. You know? So I love to see that. So, man, like, let's talk about what you went through in those moments with your health scare. It was a form of cancer, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I had osteosarcoma cancer. It was a bone tissue cancer, and mine had developed in my jaw area, and it was.
Quick question: How do just for our viewers that might have seen your journey or might not know, like how do you get that? Did they ever say what it possibly came from? Hereditary?
I'll never forget, I mean, this is going to live with me for the rest of my life. I asked the doctor, how did I get this? How did this happen? And he said, just bad luck. So I mean, like, I was left to try to, you know, MacGyver it myself, trying to figure out what it was. And you know, so I think what I did take from that is, like, you know, we kind of poison ourselves, the things that we put into our body or the environments we keep ourselves around, whether it be, you know, gases, chemicals, you know, food, you know, toxins that we put in our body. So I try, from that moment when I went through that, I tried to eliminate anything that I knew that was not
KFC.
good. Yeah, that was not good. That was not good for my body. But yeah, I had gotten the disease, like I said, in my jaw area, and the only way to get rid of it was to completely remove my upper jaw. And you know, I had to go through a process of chemotherapy, which I did like for about 4 months, and then I had the reconstruction surgery in my upper jaw, where they completely removed my upper jaw, took a bone from my leg, and replaced that bone as my new jaw. So yeah, it was very terrifying, you know, situation, because, you know, my chances of living had decreased tremendously, you know, once I found out that news. And you know, we just had to go through the process of getting rid of it, you know. And you know, I've been in remission now for about 2 years, you know, and I thank God for that.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
But I had to, you know, I had to go through the whole process of getting rid of it and getting that, you know, the cancer out of my body. And, you know, even, you know, like I was saying before, even like, you know, through the drama of like the COVID and stuff, and, you know, through the drama of, you know, us getting looted as well. And then ultimately, you know, additionally, you know, the cancer situation, you know, that was, you know, my through the wire moment, where it kind of changed a lot of things for me in regards to understanding how precious life is, and really understanding how any day could be your last day, you know, and just cherishing the things that I care about even more, just reevaluating what is most important to me in my life, and what are the things and the people that I choose to spend my precious moments that I have here in life. And I, at the time when I was going through it, I couldn't see what it is today, what I do now, which, it definitely was a blessing in disguise. Like, it definitely was something that I wouldn't want anyone to have to go through, but I'm
coming out on the other side.
Coming out on the other side, but I am thankful that where I am today, I'm thankful that I did have to, I'm thankful that I went through that and made it through it, and I am a million times a better person who I was prior to going through that experience. It's really helped me to develop a close relationship with God. It's helped me to develop a close relationship with my family and my friends, and just like even like my whole perspective and outlook on my business, it's definitely, it's changed me. It's turned me into a better version of myself, and I'm sad, that I had to. That's the road that I have to go through, but. And I was watching it last night, and I was relating myself to, the Wire moment with Kanye, and I'm just like, man, like, sometimes you have to go through these obstacles.
That's your testimony.
To get to where you need to be.
That's your testimony.
Amen.
When they call you to the altar and they say, my son, what have you been through? And you can say, well, look, I overcame this because of you, God. I overcame this because of you, God. Your testimony is stronger.
Yeah.
And I feel like you always had a warrior spirit. Mm-hmm. Even though you laid back, you mild-mannered, some people might think, nah, this ain't that. Like, you real aggressive when it comes to business. You a real hustler. You really be on top of your stuff. And I was wondering, like, in those moments, because I was watching it from afar. I was trying to keep tabs over what's going, making sure that you praying that you safe and everything like that, and just checking on you.
Yeah.
And social media is the way we do that.
Yeah.
And I noticed that, man, you were spending more time with your daughter. Y'all was taking some beautiful captions in those moments, man.
Yeah.
And I was just loving the fact that it seemed like you was getting real more in tune with not the material shit, but the soulful shit.
Yeah. I mean, just reevaluating what is most important in life. And I think a lot of times people get caught up on these material possessions that we have. And even, going back to the moment of the PPE, every time when I had a customer come in, I would always say, hey man, like, don't spend all your money on this stuff. Make sure that you're investing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a great thing to look amazing and to feel amazing, because, I think, obviously shopping therapy is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. Like, you could change your whole outlook on how you feel inside and how you look outside. So I get that part of it. And I'm happy to be a part of that in people's lives. But at the same time, I'm like, we need to create generational wealth. We need to invest not only in ourselves today, but make sure that the things that we're investing in today is going to help us out, our family,
right,
out in the future.
Because like those call statues, them prices gonna keep going up.
Yeah, them prices gonna see.
Like them off-white fives.
Yeah,
you can wear them 1,000 times and still get your money back for them. A year from now, 2 years from now, those are solid investments.
Yep.
It's like the people that buy the Birkin bags.
Yep.
A lot of people think that's tricking off, but the resale values on them Birks is high. Crazy. A lot of people not aware of this. So even like certain Rolexes you buy, now the bust down joint, don't get no bust down joint thinking, oh, in a couple years I'm gonna flip this. You're gonna lose your money. Keep it all original, and some of those rise in value, so you can still flex.
Yep.
In a smart way.
In a smart way. There's nothing wrong with flexing at all. I think we all need it if we can actually afford to have it and it doesn't put you in a negative space in your life. But I think it's even more important to make sure that we're creating generational wealth. Like that is so important. Putting yourself in a position where you only have to rely on yourself to be successful in life is life-changing.
So when you was going through your challenges time with your health scares, and we're gonna wrap it up soon. But did people start acting funny with you? Did you notice people starting to stay away, or people showing fake love? Like, you don't like me, but was it any fake stuff going on?
I would say this. I would say everyone that really cared about me, like for real, like yourself, reached out, you know, and I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say I ever got like fake love, you know, from anyone, but I think the real ones stood up, you know, and I mean, I'm you know, I'm a person, I'm very grateful for any moment that people decide to spend time with me, you know, like I'm so thankful that, you know, you came here today to interview me, and so I could share my story with other people. But you know, I think all the moments that I did have going through that period, and the dark place that I was, I mean, I had, you know, many suicidal moments, man. I was at a really dark place in my life, and you know, I could say that, you know, God saved my life, you know, in a lot of ways, you know, mentally, physically, and that time helped me to get closer to Him, you know, and helped me to help me to understand and to fulfill my purpose in life. And so I never, because like I really have like a small niche of people who I keep around me, who are close to me, honestly, and I think everyone who loves me and cares about me tremendously showed real, genuine, true love, and I was thankful for that, you know, and I'm thankful that I didn't really have to experience any of the fake love sort of situation. Like, I think, you know, God has always like given me the ability to make sure I pick the right people around me, you know?
That's dope, man. That's dope. But like I said, man, I've always been a fan of yours. Like, off the cameras, I come in here shop. Like, I've always been a fan of yours, and I'm inspired by your journey. I'm inspired by the moves that you're making, and only push me to even, you know, take what I'm doing more serious, because you bringing life into the city, whether you know it or not, whether those hating motherfuckers gonna admit it or not. You know what I'm saying? We'll let them stay where they at. But me personally, I just love to see the progression. I love to see people that actually care win.
Yeah, man.
Compared to, it's some assholes in position sometimes who would never give an up-and-coming designer a shot.
Yeah.
You put designers in your store, and you've done that since you opened your doors. So I can't understate your impact in Chicago and how much of a fan I am. I'm saying it on camera, man, so the world can know.
Appreciate you.
Last and parting, like, what's next? Like, you got an upcoming fashion show? You got new collection dropping?
Yeah, so we have a new collection dropping the end of this month, and you know, we're excited to show how far and how much the brand has developed, and just jumping into a lot of different mediums, a lot of different platforms. And I'm just really excited, you know, about these bags, jumping into this realm, and just the positive feedback that we've gotten from our first collection doing the bags. And we're also dropping our first NFT. We're very bullish about that space. And you know, we'll be dropping our first NFT in April, Lord willing. And just excited about life, man. Just excited about what the future has in store for us and the brand. You know, we are in talk and doing some major collaborations with a lot of different companies, a lot of different platforms. We're doing some major collaborations with the city of Chicago as well too. We're going to be doing a lot of programs this summer, giving back and opening our doors to students and kids who are interested in getting into the fashion industry, and also interested in getting and being an entrepreneur. And just overall being an inspiration to our people, you know, being a light in this dark cloud, this dark place, this dark land that we live, and just continuously to be a blessing to anyone that we have the the option or the availability to be around. So the future is looking very bright, very promising, very amazing. I'm very excited about all the different avenues that we're going to be getting into with the brand, and you know, I can't wait to show you guys.
Hey, I can't wait to see it. And just like that, man, it's Flight School TV 2022, and we out.